First
This
virtual
conference
meeting,
will
so
now be recorded.
this could be fun for all of us, obviously. So I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting of the 89th Annual Wokota Federal Credit Union Annual Meeting to order. And as customary at this time, we like to lead off this meeting by taking a moment of silence for those members who passed during the last year, so were unable to be here with us tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. So it looks like we had 53 people registered tonight. Appears that we have over 15, well over 15 in attendance tonight. So as such, we can declare that we have a quorum and we can move on with tonight's agenda. What I'd like to start with very quickly, if I could, as we move into this meeting, is we'll do a roll call of your board and your committee members. As I call your name, please unmute yourself and let us know you're out there. Our Vice Chairman, Andrew Johnson. Are you out there, Andrew?
Yes, I am.
All right. Our Treasurer, Deborah Griffith. Deb, are you there?
Hello?
Hello. Our Secretary, Sandra Wiederhoff. Are you there, Sandra?
I'm here.
Excellent. Nice to have you tonight. Our Director, Dave Asper. I saw you join. Are you here?
I'm present. Thank you.
Excellent. And another Director, Drew Labrasse.
I'm here.
Excellent. Adam Schwartz, another Director. Are you with us, Adam?
I am, Ed.
Excellent. Nice to have you. We have an Associate Director and Supervisory Committee Chair, Jesse Arvidsson. Are you out there?
Present.
Excellent. And last, certainly not least, we have Supervisory Committee member Leslie Davis. How about you? We'll take that as a present. And lastly, we do have Andrew Buckle, who is also Supervisory Committee member.
Call your mom and tell her that too.
Andrew Buckle was not able to attend tonight, so he is excused. So I want to say thanks to the official family and volunteers for their service to Wokota. At this point in time, I would commence to read the minutes from last year's annual meeting, unless, of course, someone has a motion to dispense with that reading.
This is Sandra Wiederholt, and I make a motion to dispense with the reading of last year's annual meeting minutes.
All right, and does somebody want to second that motion?
Andrew Johnson will second.
Excellent. So all in favor?
Aye.
And there we go. So we moved, and we'll dispense with the reading of the minutes from last year, and we'll just move on with the reports that we have for you tonight. So first report, I guess, is me. I've already had enough of me, but I'll go. I'd like to welcome you all to the meeting, as we said. Your attendance and your continued support is very much appreciated. It's mandatory. We can only survive with your participation of you as member owners. Those directors and supervisory committee members that I just read off to you volunteer their time and their talents. The dedication of these people that goes a long way to support and allow the profits of this credit union to be returned to you in forms of reserves and dividends. This is the time, it's funny, this is the time each year where I get to reflect on the prior year, not performance financially certainly, but just the overall health of our business, our community, our members. And some years are stranger than others. I don't know that I recall 13 years. I don't think I've seen one anything like 2019. I think it was marked by financial uncertainty in just about every sector you can imagine. One thing we saw that I had really never seen before is a distinct shift from people who were spending money to people who started saving money. And that's kind of reflected in some of the reports you're going to hear tonight. The real personal consumption growth came in at 2.6% last year, and softened in this year to about 2.1%. And that's despite the fact that hourly earnings went up 3.1. And what that ultimately means is, bottom line, people are saving money. based on the fact that loans are the growth that are necessary for a credit union, that provides a hurdle to us, obviously. And to add an additional hurdle to that obstacle, there was an impairment imposed upon us last year on a property that we owned for over $500,000, including the cost. It was imposed by auditors, and it reduced property values and assets that we held. That's enough conditions right there, I think, to make a lot of people give up. But not only did the staff of Lakota not give up, they rose to the occasion. I'm convinced we've grown stronger through adversity. We continue to provide Gold Star service through the entire uncertainties of last year, and we're still standing here this year moving forward, and actually, quite frankly, outpacing many of our peers during that time. As I said, I enjoy looking back, not only for the victories that we have, but any shortcomings as a way to learn to improve our level of service to our members. So despite that uncertainty, some of the things that I think are really important to look at going forward from last year, our assets actually grew over 4%, 4.14% to be exact, to over $32 million in assets at a capital position of 7.77%, which I think is phenomenal. Our deposits grew as well at 6.11%, which is almost $1.7 million in growth. Loans at the end of the year totaled 576 loans for a total of $8.2 million. Some of you who have attended these meetings might remember we've been pacing at about 9 million the prior years coming into this. So I think when you look at that, it's quite a number given the financial uncertainty. And then the other thing that I find oddly satisfying is while our net income showed a loss of $267,000, without the impairment that I mentioned above, we actually would have been in the black at almost $267,000. Again, a miraculous feat given the obstacles placed in front of this staff. During the same period last year, we opened almost 360 new accounts, averaging 30 a month. Knock on wood, I gotta say, again, we still have experienced no foreclosures since 2012. I've mentioned the loans are essential. We did post a decrease of about 63 loans, less than the year before, or 1.3 million, as I said. But when you look at that at a peer level, I think that's pretty exceptional. At this point every year, I tell you, if loans are our lifeblood, then charge-offs are our kryptonite. And it's a key to retaining profitability is you can only make more money or lose less money. Those are your two choices, right? And as loan provision losses, they decreased almost $234,000 from the year prior, which already had a reduction of $44,000 from 2017. It's an absolute remarkable feat that the staff should be unbelievably proud of. It's second to none. Excellent. Kudos. I do think it's obvious as we look at 2020. This time next year, I expect to be having another very unusual, unprecedented, historic type conversation. We don't know where it's going to be. We know it's going to be difficult to navigate. It has been already. It's unprecedented times personally, socially, financially, and frankly, there's no other team that I would want to be associated with as we battle through those conditions. They've never forgotten the importance of community, of giving back. It truly reinforces my belief in the value of involvement and volunteering in your community. The board of directors, the committee members, we'd like to acknowledge that staff, express our gratitude for the outstanding efforts that they've done to extend service to our membership. I know that you go above and beyond, and every individual is there to try to find financial security for your members. Please notice that these actions have not gone unnoticed. Lastly, as we say every year at this time, we would not be here if it were not for each and every member of Lakota Federal Credit Union. We want to be your financial partner, and with the backing of Lakota Federal and sharing these positive experiences, it allows us to continue as a financial institute that helps you establish and live financially sound lives. Again, thank you for your continued support of Lakota Federal. Start spreading the news. We want to be your credit union with others. Respectfully submitted, Edward W. Bubbridge. And now we are going to hear from Mary Matheson as she presents to us the report of the president. Mary, back to you.
Great, thank you, Ed. Well, now that we are well into 2020, it's difficult to remember that 2019 ever even existed. Our world and our lifestyle has changed so much since last year. While 2019 was a good year for Lakota, our year-end net income shows a loss of $267,851. Month after month, we had solid gains to net income. So I wanted to take some time to share with you why we reflected such a large loss in 2019. As you may know, Lakota built a branch in Inver Grove Heights in 2005, and sadly we had to close it in 2008 as we struggled with some of the biggest challenges during the recession. Periodically, we evaluate the value of this building and make adjustments on our books. Well, now fast forward to today, and we still own this Inver Grove Heights building, although we have actively tried to sell it for well over a decade. Currently, 2/3 of the building are leased, but the main banking facility remains vacant. So early in 2019, following our NCUA exam, we were advised to conduct another evaluation utilizing a commercial appraisal to determine the true market value of this building. The property appraised at $1,125,000, and the net book value was recorded for $1,592,226. So this resulted in an impairment to the Inver Grove Heights building asset of $467,226. The credit union then engaged the law firm of the CPA firm of Clifton Larson Allen to evaluate our GAAP accounting procedures as it pertains to this building. The fair market value was significantly less than our holding value. So per the CPA opinion, the Inver Grove Heights building was moved from fixed assets and recorded under other real estate loan held for sale, which resulted in a reduction to our fixed assets. In addition, we were to include the cost to sell this property, which we estimated at $67,500. So the total loss of the disposition of assets totaled $534,726. Due to our financial loss in early 2019, our priorities changed throughout the year as we had to tighten up our expenses in an effort to reduce the loss as much as possible by the end of the year. The slide that I have on the screen right now, what's highlighted in green, that would be our actual loss. If you look just to the left of that, if we did not have that impairment, we would have had one of our best years in 5 years at $227,000 of income. So I'm very happy to say that we significantly reduced that gap and still managed to focus on some big initiatives that really helped us move into 2020. Last year was our first full year of operations in our newly remodeled building. Our operational changes have been successful, and we have been well received by our team, by our membership, and by our community. And as Ed mentioned earlier, we welcomed 359 new members in 2019. Our team worked diligently with vendors to set up secure electronic documents with e-signatures and completely automated a secure online new member account opening process with electronic deposit options. Our online product usage increased in 2019, and this year the COVID-19 pandemic has catapulted that usage. Thanks to completing our 2019 initiatives, we are able to help our members by utilizing online products more efficiently and keeping everybody safe in the process. In addition, we introduced a 4-piece membership newsletter, implemented a formal staff training program, and conducted financial literacy presentations and classes at high schools, as well as through community education programs. We continue to be active in our community by sponsoring, hosting, and participating in various credit union programs and community events. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and other social media to see how Wekota gives back to our community. And I'm proud to say for the 5th consecutive year, and sadly final year, we have been named Best Place to Bank by the Southwest Southwest Review Readership. Unfortunately, the Southwest Review, like many other businesses early on in 2020, had to cease operations due to the pandemic, and from what I understand, they do not plan to get back together. As we move forward into 2020, probably the most unprecedented year any of us have ever faced, we know we can utilize this amazing virtual opportunity to revolutionize our credit union experience through technology. Not only do we have more technology available than ever before, but we can continue to redefine the way we build our relationships with our membership and gain their loyalty. So our strategy and focus has always been simple: provide value and help our members enrich the quality of their lives. Together, we made 2019 another historic year of progress in spite of a difficult financial barrier. Wekota is your financial cooperative, and we will continue to put our members' needs at the center of every decision we make. So I would like to thank our Wekota team and volunteers for all of their efforts last year, and more importantly, for showing up again this year. They have been on the front line since day one of this pandemic, making sure our members have access to their funds and providing essential financial services. They are not only essential workers, they are my superheroes. So my heartfelt thanks goes out to all of our members, our team, our volunteers, and our board of directors. Thank you for attending this virtual meeting and for your very valued membership. I look forward to the day that we can all be together in person. Until then, stay healthy and stay safe. This concludes my report, and now we will hear from Director Deborah Griffith to give the report of the treasurer.
Deb, we can't hear you talking. I can't hear you. Can anyone else
Yeah,
hear?
Deb, you're talking, but we can't hear. Would you like me to read your report?
Use the chat box if you can.
No, why can't I?
Okay, this is Mary. I'm going to read Deb's report since she must be having technical issues. To the members of Wekota Credit Union, Actually, excuse me, I'm going to mute everyone again. And then. Okay, there we go. To the members of Wacota Federal Credit Union, the assets of Wacota Federal Credit Union grew by $1,277,373 from December 31st, 2018 to December 31st, 2019, thereby closing 2019 with assets of $32,147,289. As of that same date, our net worth was 7.77% of assets, which is greater than the minimum of 6% that NCUA, the regulator of credit unions, requires. You can be confident that your credit union is financially safe and sound. During 2019, we declared and paid dividends on share savings and certificate accounts that amounted to $94,058.93. This was an increase of 19.75% over the amount of dividends paid in 2018. Since the credit union was organized in 1931, the total of dividends declared by your board of directors and paid on member accounts amounted to $19,469,111.74. Wacota Federal Credit Union offers multiple savings, checking, money market, and certificate products to help all our members save their money and earn dividends. The success of Wacota Federal Credit Union is a testament to our members' use of these products and who also look to the credit union when they are in need of loans to purchase cars, make home improvements, consolidate debt, and purchase a home. Thank you for your trust and confidence in the credit union and in everyone involved in serving the members of Wacota Federal. I would like to express personal appreciation to all of the staff, the board of directors, and the supervisory committee members for their hard work and dedication for allowing me the opportunity to be part of this great team. Wacota Federal Credit Union will be successful for many more years to come as we all continue to report and work together. Respectfully submitted, Deborah Griffith, Treasurer. And now we will hear from the Vice President, Patty Coran, to give the report of the credit manager. Please unmute, Patty.
Patty, I think you're still muted.
You are right, I was muted.
Okay, all right.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm going to try this again. We granted in 2019 562 personal loans, both secured and unsecured, for a grand total of $7,850,841. In addition, we granted 13 real estate loans for a total of $344,777, totaling 576 loans, $8,195,618, and we did decline or cancel 136 loans. In 2020, we will be offering our Black Friday loan special in the month of November, so please look for details. There will be great rates to refinance your car and pay down some debt. And as Chairman Leverage mentioned in his report earlier, loans are critical to our business and we do loans well. So please tell your family and friends that Wacota is here to help you to improve or secure your financial wellness. Thank you for your support. And I would like to introduce our Supervisory Committee Chair, Jesse Arvidsson, to give the report of the Supervisory Committee.
Thank you, Patty. This is the report of the Supervisory Committee of Wacota Federal Credit Union for our 89th annual meeting. During the past year, the Supervisory Committee met monthly to conduct its duties and responsibilities as required by the National Credit Union Administration. Those duties and responsibilities included, but were not limited to, evaluation of proper internal controls that are established and maintained in order to achieve financial soundness and safety, verifying that the credit union's accounting records and financial reports are promptly prepared and accurately reflect operations and results, ensuring the relevant plans, policies, and control procedures as established by the board of directors are properly administered, testing the policies and control procedures to determine that they are sufficient to safeguard against errors, carelessness, conflict of interest, self-dealing, and fraud, exercising such other tests and reviews as necessary in the committee's judgment. The supervisory committee has engaged Becky Frederickson from the Minnesota Credit Union Network to conduct an independent audit of the credit union for 2020. We are here to serve you, the members, to ensure that your accounts are managed in a professional, confidential, and efficient manner. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact any of the supervisory committee members. Respectfully committed, me, Jesse Arvidsson, the chairman and secretary, Andrew Bookall, and Leslie Davis. Thank you.
Ed, if you are talking, we can't hear you. Could you unmute? You're still muted. Okay, since we can't hear Ed, I'm going to unmute everyone.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Ed. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right, thank you so much. So next, what we're going to do, if there was nobody had any unfinished business or new business, I don't see anything in the chat box. I don't see anything outstanding. So if that's the case, let's move forward. All right, good. So next, what we're going to do, we have the report of the nominating committee, which is Deb Griffith. Do we want to try Deb again, or Mary, do you want to? Deb, are you with us?
I am with you. Can you hear me?
We can,
Yes.
we can indeed. So if you'd
Okay,
like to go ahead.
I will
Take it
go
away.
ahead. So this is to the members of the Wacota Federal Credit Union. As per the bylaws of the Wacota Federal Credit Union, a nominating committee consisting of myself, Deborah Griffith, the chair, Adam Schwartz, and Andrew Johnson were appointed and charged with the responsibility to find qualified persons to serve on the board of directors. The committee offers the following names for your consideration: Sandra Wiederhold for a 3-year term, and David Asper for a 3-year term. Respectfully submitted, Deborah Griffith, chairperson.
Thanks, Deb. As Deb mentioned, there are 2 seats. These were run as unopposed this year, and due to the virtual nature, there have not been any other nominations from the floor. So as such, those incumbents, as I mentioned, ran unopposed, and there will not be an election. So I asked the secretary just record a unanimous ballot for Sandra Wiederholt and Dave Asper, both as 3-year terms. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for your efforts and your volunteering. Along those lines, we'd like to acknowledge some past volunteers and long-term staff. Daniel Pintz had served on our board from 2015 to 2019, and he resigned in 2019. So Daniel, thank you so much. We appreciate all your efforts, man. Secondly, along those lines, in an effort to acknowledge somebody who means a lot to this credit union, and as a longtime influence, it's going to be tough for me, folks. We lost Mary Ann Cosell this year. She had a profound influence on this credit union and many others. For over 50 years, she was a member, a volunteer, a director, a mentor to me, certainly. Sorry. She was a facilitator, a consultant, and a friend to all. Her welcoming and kind spirit was always appreciated. She always brought such a peaceful and calm clarity to all of her interactions. She was currently working as an operations support specialist at South Metro Federal Credit Union, as well as freelance accounting consultant for several small credit unions. She became a member here at Wacota in 1991. Very shortly thereafter, she was appointed to the supervisory committee. She was elected to the board in 1999 and served 7 consecutive 3-year terms before resigning in 2017. We were fortunate to have her in an executive role on our board, and she served as our chair during most of that time. Not only that, but she sat on every board that we had and every committee that we had during her tenure. In addition, after she stepped down, we still had the privilege of utilizing her skills as a facilitator in 2018. She volunteered her time to well over 50 credit unions. Many of them were just struggling to survive, and she was there for them. She believed strongly in credit union principles, people helping people, cooperation amongst cooperatives, and personally, she was instrumental in perpetuating the movement here in Minnesota. In 2017, she received one of the highest honors given by the Minnesota Credit Union Network, the Minnesota Credit Union Foundation CU Builder Award on behalf of South Metro Federal Credit Union, Wacota Federal Credit Union, and many, many other credit unions she helped throughout her lifetime. It's with great sadness that we say goodbye to Mary Ann. She will always be remembered, she will always be honored and loved. Our thoughts are with her husband, Bob, their friends and family. And I'm proud to say that in an effort to honor her cooperative spirit, Wacota Federal Credit Union will be establishing an annual scholarship in her name. And now we'd like to show you a short testimonial that Mary Ann completed on behalf of Wacota in 2016. She will be deeply missed.
Some of the banks around here locally, we know our people, our membership. A lot of times when you go into credit, they can call you by your name. I think there's a more of a atmosphere as far as how you interact with the staff. The service that are offered, I think, are as good and maybe even better than some of the banks offer. And sometimes when you go into the bank, it's like you ask somebody a question and you have to end up with the fifth person before you find the answer. I don't think that's true at Wacota Federal Credit. We are not so big and so individualized in our departments that we can't help anybody who comes in with a question or a problem or a service that they need. And if the individual that you talk to can't provide the service, you might have to see one more person, but you always see a string of people like that. With some of the larger institutions. I know they've always been there to help me and everything that I ever needed, whether it be a loan, a savings transaction, an inquiry, forms, no matter what it is. They've always been there and done it willingly and pleasantly. And I think that has a lot to do with the culture that starts at the very top with the board of directors all the way down to whoever sweeps the floor. I think the encouragement from management to the staff and the fact that we have received some wonderful testimonials from people about the services they have received at the credit union, I think is an encouragement for the staff to offer that service and do it willingly with a smile. In the last couple of years, they have done a member appreciation. The first one they did, they held it pretty much outside outside and they had dogs from the animal art. They had youth there that I don't remember exactly what group they were with right off, but they volunteered. A lot of them were children of staff members or grandchildren and friends of theirs, and they volunteered outside to help with the event. And we had sort of a carnival atmosphere at it. Last year we held it indoors, and it went just as well. People, we held it on compulsion days last year, and the people that were lining up for the parade came into the parade. A majority of them were members of the parade, some of them were not. But the enjoyment that was, I think, pleasant was palpable. You could feel it. And some of us on the board and committees volunteered to help out on these occasions, as we have with the parades and some of the other activities that we're going to take part in. And it's always fun to be able to interact with members and find out from them how they feel about the parade. And it just encourages us as volunteers, as staff members, to continue to provide great services. Oh, can I tell you a bad story about that? Just encourage people to look at Lakota Federals that would pay for financial services. I encourage them to look at volunteering at the credit union. I think it brings a lot of self-satisfaction. It gives back to the community. Not a for-profit organization in the sense that the earnings that the credit union makes are going back to the memberships, are going into our reserves to stabilize the institution. It's not going to the pockets of stockholders and corporate executives. I think of how we act and how we look at services in our programs. I think we have a lot to offer.
We're going to miss her. I encourage all of you to go out and try to make an impact like she did in your community. Now, the second favorite time in this meeting, we're going to call for an adjournment. This concludes the meeting. If somebody out there would like to make a motion to adjourn, I would hear that now.
So motion.
Somebody want to second that motion?
This is Deb, second.
Excellent. Well, so we'll do that will conclude the meeting. Thank you all for attending the 89th Annual Lakota Federal Credit Union Annual Meeting. And now the first best part of this meeting that I know that you're all here for and you enjoy, I'm going to turn it over to Mary, who is going to complete the prize drawing for tonight. Take it away, Mary.